I woke up today and decided I could destroy God. So that's where we are, and that's the mood of this video. Today we're going to be talking about why society hates teenage girls. This is a rant by a teenage girl. So I thought I would dress up like the wise men say. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, it's not a criticism on anyone, but more a problem of me. So, as a teenage girl, society hates you. What I'm really going to talk about is why society hates teenage girls, why we hate ourselves. So, what I can best get into is around the 50s, the whole kind of teenage culture started to persist and people realized that teenagers are the people who influence what is cool and what the buying power is, especially teenage girls who are prone to obsession and fanaticism, especially when it comes to men. So it's really easy to capitalize on their obsessions or them figuring out what they like in a society. And what that translates into is people telling them that they are wrong or they're annoying or disgusting because they become really obsessed with certain things that to others seem like, oh my god, why are they obsessed with that? Like, why can't they just be normal? Why can't they just do X, Y, Z? Their obsession is seen as stupid when the market is really just throwing stuff at them to obsess over. There's TV show after TV show that are just drawn for girls to be obsessed with, and when they are obsessed with something, everyone else finds it so annoying because that's the only thing they want to talk about. And it's not good because it's not fine art because teenage girls like it, and if teenage girls like it, that means they're bad because it's popular. Bruh, look. Teenage girls have so much power and you guys are just taking it away from them by being like, oh, if they like it, it must be a pile of garbage. And it's really not, because you know what? Who cares if what I like is a pile of garbage? I like it. But everyone else is like, you can't like the thing. It's stupid. You're gonna like fan art for that thing? Huh? You're gonna like being invested in it? You're gonna write stupid fan fiction? Write your own thing, you dummy. But I like this thing. I feel comforted by this thing. And they're just like, well, it's not high art. You know what is high art? X, Y, and Z movie starring male character and sexy blonde female. Now that is art. That is what we're going to put in the academy. I'm just kind of sick of like people taking things that girls like and thinking it's somehow lesser than because it's not profound or the people are fake deep. You see other things that are towards men and it's just seen as so much better or cooler. We don't make fun of guys for being like huge sports fanatics, but we're gonna make fun of girls for being really obsessed with Minecraft or Criminal Minds or anything because it's not good. It just seems like if you like something, it's gonna get harped on. Because girls like things, instead of turning to the actual problem, we've been taught to turn on each other to be liked by society. So if you wanna be cool, you have to be, quote unquote, not like the other girls. You have to be like, oh, I don't do that. I don't like that stupid romance thing because I'm not like the other girls. I read good poetry written by white men. It's fine if you like those things, but you don't have to turn against other girls to find what you like. One thing I was taught from a young age was to really hate pretty girls and girls who cheerlead and girls who don't care about school that much. And I was just taught to not like these girls and that I was so much better for them for not liking Twilight or for not being obsessed with boy bands. And I was just taught this hatred that I don't feel for them anymore. In fact, it's gotten to a point where I feel uncomfortable dressing like feminine sometimes, and I've gotten better at being used to it. I feel uncomfortable wearing makeup because of those notions. I was taught that that is how you appeal to people, and you only wear that when you want to appeal to people and people to like you, even though makeup is a form of artistic and personal expression, which I now know. You know what? I should have known, because if people are putting paint on their face, like, oh, am I just supposed to think that's bad? So I was taught to put down other girls, even though the problem was never them. being a girl is not a set of things. Like, I'm allowed to be girly. I'm allowed to build stupid cottages on Minecraft. I'm allowed to bake, and I'm also allowed to fight God with friendship bracelets. And I realized it was just because I wanted to seem cool, and it was also to justify why I was getting bullied as a kid. And my body is like this now because of healthy reasons, which we can talk about that in another video. Why society hates women's bodies. I learned that our society is being more influenced by what men think is acceptable. I wanted to feel better, like, oh, my interests are actually cool and my interests are actually this, and you're just like this and you're just being girly. But I was still doing things that people hate about teenage girls. I wrote anime, I wrote fan fiction, I read Homestuck because I was one of those people, and now I'm on Reformed Tumblr Kid TikTok. Help me. I found that I didn't like being different from them. I just felt like I had to find a way to justify it, that I was better than them. Especially because I didn't want the attention that I thought they wanted. I think girls from a young age are taught that their value is how men sees them. And I think now, as I'm older, I just kind of hate it because I am like everyone else. But the problem is, if I do things, people will be like, oh my god, you're not like the other girls. Of course I'm different from other people. I'm different because of who I am, how I view the world, how I'm still not who I thought I would be when I was a kid. I'm somewhere between Pretty Princess and Dumpster Fire, but it's also like, oh, you just act this way because you're this, or oh, you think you're not like everyone else. And this really comes into play when I talk about my mental health. What people hate about teenage girls is when they talk about their mental health, because in society it's like, we love when people talk about their mental health. It's so good. I don't know, it's just seemed more like respectable if a man talks about their mental health. And I know that there is toxic masculinity, but girls hype it up more when a man does it. What? I'll be like around other girls, and depending on the group I'm around, I'm like, how much can I say about my mental health, or how much am I gonna get bullied for it? Especially when I'm around dudes, because other dudes will be like, haha, you're not like the other girls. And it's like, I am depressed, my guy. I don't want to get out of bed today, and I know that other people feel like that, and I'm not saying that to gain your pity, to tell you I'm like another person. I am telling you that because I physically do not want to do anything but stay in my bed and watch Star Kid musicals and old British comedies. That's all I want to do. And you know what? That's fine. And when I write poetry, because yes, I write poetry, people are like, that's stupid. I don't care that it's not very good. I could not give less of a flying crap if it was actually good, because it's for me. It's for me. People are like, teenage girls just like to think they're deep and like to think they're cool by writing like emo poetry. Teenage girls are sad, and who wouldn't be? Because the world treats us like pieces of crap. And I'm gonna be real here. I literally live in white middle class suburbia. Obviously, it's worse for girls who aren't like me. And you know what? We're allowed to express our feelings. We're allowed to write stupid songs on our ukuleles because it's fun. Speaking of, the ukulele girl thing, yeah, like, I think it's kind of funny, but when you bully someone so much that they hate playing an instrument in front of you because it makes them feel bad, that's dumb, because music is amazing, and the only time I see people like, oh my god, they're so musical, they play the ukulele, is when it's a freaking guy doing it. But when I see a girl who's trying her best to play the ukulele on, like, TikTok or something, someone's gonna make fun of her. No, she's learning a musical instrument. That's freaking amazing. And this is a cool instrument. You can use ukuleles in any kind of music, and I thoroughly believe that because I've heard them in rock songs, heard them in folk songs, I have heard them in heavy bluegrass banjo music, and it sounds freaking incredible because yeah, maybe the first song they learn is Riptide, but they're gonna move on. They're gonna learn so much, and you just bully them for writing about their feelings or their anxieties. What are we supposed to do? I get joked about like with Grace Vanderwaal a lot, and I don't like her music. I'll be real with you, it's not my thing. But it's good for her. I don't know if she's done anything wrong, but why do we gotta bully teenage girls for their interests? Why do we gotta do it? To make them feel bad? Because once you make them feel bad, they give up their interests and do things that don't make them happy to impress you. And you know what? if we all banded together and just decided to be weird freaks of nature, as we are, as we should be, we could dethrone God. That's what I want. That is the future I envision. So anyways, like yourself, because you're cool and awesome, and all your stupid little interests that you don't want to talk to people about, I think they're cool. I think they're awesome and amazing, and that you should love yourself and care about yourself, because it's so hard to do that. You want to write dumb little poetry? Go ahead. You don't think your poetry is dumb? That's even cooler, because you should like what you do and love what you do, because the world is going to beat you down. But know that there are plenty of other people who are like you and who care about you because they see themselves in you. That includes me. Anyways, thank you for watching, and remember, we can destroy the universe with the power of Vance Joy's Riptide. I'm scared of dentists in the dark. I'm not singing today. Not now. But maybe later. Goodbye.